Good morning, Skagit Dungies families. My name is Mark Hendrickson. I just felt like this would be the best way to communicate with you guys and allow you to put a name with a face. As a two-sport professional athlete, both in the NBA and the major leagues, I've come across a lot of lessons and a lot of valuable things that I think the next generation of athletes can really benefit from. And so my goal is to not only help 1 million athletes by 2034, but also use some of the experiences that I have, along with my recent certification as a high performance coach, to give them some of the tools early on so that they can not only continue to grow and develop physically, but also mentally, and create these high performance habits that's going to give them a lot more consistency in their performance. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about this program, how it works. It's a 12-week process. I think what we've discussed with the organization is lumping the 11 and 12-year-olds together along with the 13 and 14-year-olds together. If you happen to have a son that's 8 or 9 years old, I'm going to leave it up to you to see if you feel like they're ready to join these groups. It's a call led by me. It will be Zoom at your house, so parents feel free to listen in when we have this. It's an opportunity where each week we're going to hit a topic, then they're going to have a little bit of homework to apply for the week. And it's a 12-week process, very systematic in how we do this. And then after those 12 weeks, we just recycle and go back to the beginning. But because of it being 12 weeks, they've already grown and developed. It's something that took me, it took me 10 years into my professional baseball career to finally realize, whoa, this is something that's not being taught. I'm kind of like left to figure it out on my own. And ultimately, I need some help. And it was tools that was tremendous during my career. And so then I went out and researched, okay, hey, wait a minute. Not only do I have the experience as an athlete, but I need to figure out, what do high performers do around the world? And that's where my certification came from, the High Performance Institute, where they studied high performers in all areas. So it's a very, like I said, very systematic approach that is beneficial. And it's just from scientific backing of all the high performers in the world in various fields. So I think it's something that's going to be tremendously beneficial to your kids, and it's going to allow them to start to learn that process now. It's not a case of, hey, learn your sport, maybe get into physical weight training, and then figure out the rest of it as you go. It's going to be proactive in how we do this. Now, like I said, it's a 12-week process. Usually, I allow 7 through 12 graders to be my youngest groups. I charge $9.97 for the full 12-week session. You can pay as you go. Like I said, with the 8 and 9-year-olds, parents, I'm leaving it up to you. If you feel like your child at that age could benefit from some of this, feel free to join them, and we'll incorporate them with the 10 and 11-year-olds as well as the 12-year-olds. So it's something that we're very excited about. I know Tina's sending this email out on my behalf, which is great. We'd like to get this thing started, and I know your season has started. It's something that can be easily implemented within your weekly program that's not going to be too disruptive for your kids, because like I said, it's a 1-hour Zoom call that can be done at your house, and you guys will all join in, and I will lead the sessions. And ultimately, it's a way that I can feel can better serve your kids with some of the tools that they're going to need, because I know if you look over my shoulder, you see the field of Camden Yards, and some stories that I think is important for the kids to know is there's times when I was on the field and I'm holding the baseball in front of 40,000 people and I have no confidence. I have no confidence. I may have just given up a home run and now I'm feeling poor and upset, and negative thoughts are going in my head, and I had no tools. I had no tools to rely on, and it's something that over time I started to learn. But I think it's important for young kids because it's going to help them enjoy the game. They're going to have some things that they can go to that's going to help them get more consistent performance. It's going to keep them motivated. It's going to keep them excited. It's going to keep the love for the game and allow them to want to continue to work, because they're going to have to work. Everybody knows that. The higher up you get as an athlete, the more competitive it gets. And so the challenge too at this age is kids are developing at different times. You know, if you ask Trent and Ryan Keys, I was never the best basketball player in our grade, in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. There were kids better than me. I hit a growth spurt between my freshman and sophomore years, and then I started to take off because I had continued to work on a lot of my physical skills. So that development phase of youth sports is hard because every kid is different. We don't know when they're going to grow. And so we want to make sure that we're giving them all the tools, all the resources so that they can still feel good about their experience as they grow, as they continue to learn the game, as they continue to get better, and just make it very enjoyable for them. And I think this is something I'm very excited about. I can't wait to get started, but we obviously have to have you engage with this. And like I said, that group setting is great. Usually it's 10 to 20 people, but obviously, we can mix it according to the numbers that we get. So I'm looking forward to working with you guys. I just need you to acknowledge that, and then we can do the next step. So I just thank you for listening to this video. Thank you for taking the time to consider this. And like I said, this is a great opportunity for this organization to not only give your kids the great baseball coaching, the great baseball competition, but also to give you the high performance habits that they can take with them. Look forward to working with you. Take care.